back again with another episode of Roofer Reflections, and I'm really excited to have Mark on the show. So Mark, how'd you find your way into the roofing industry?
Teaching high school, sushi to roofing, right? That's what everybody always asks, like, how did you end up? Well, I had this customer and he would come in weekly. Man, the charisma that this guy had, and all the servers were ranting and raving about him, how nice he was, how polite he was, how much he tipped. He then started to see me in action, and I was management, and we we talked a lot when he came in, and I'd see a lot of guys come in with them, and I'd be like, hey, what do you do? And he was in the roofing industry. But then he started to recruit me. Right. So he started to talk to me about the industry and some of the things that he had offerings for. He had a growing company at the time, and ended up being Martin. I really got sold on him. I was very weary of the roofing industry at that point. I had no idea what it was, just like a lot of people at this that get into it. But he sold me on him. He offered me a sales position at the time. And again, this was in 2016. Ended up getting onto sales, had a lot of success with sales. My first year hit close to 3 million. My second year, I broke records with Monarch, over 5 million. The following year, I ended up being a division manager and sales manager.
With the success you've had at sales, what are some common questions that you're always asked?
Process and procedures. What were the processes that were able to get you to 5 million? Because you talk about 5 million in our industry, Tats, it's like, well, you must have been selling commercial. That 5.4 million was all residential sales. My average ticket was about 13.5. Insurance, okay, we did have about 80% of insurance. We had a couple hailstorms in that year, minor hail, by the way. But it was the process, the roofing machine, as it's known now in the roofing industry, that allowed me and my inside sales, another position that people are very inquisitive about. It was the process to be able to do that. But it was the roofing machine that Martin has been building since he started. And then it kind of really started to fine tune in 2016, 17. I was I was lucky person to come and actually go through the process and actually have success with it. A big passion of mine is making sure that other salesmen can do $5.4 million and be happy doing it. And I'm so happy to say last year at Monarch Roofing, we had 3 people over $5 million within sales. At the end of the year, I'm like, are you good? Like, man, I want more.
What do you tell people that are considering roofing as a career or direction?
I'm very upfront with them. I tell them that it's not an easy industry, but it is worth it. They need to join a company that has processes and has procedures set in place that give them success. The first question I would ask when you're joining a roofing company is, first thing I would ask is say, what processes, what procedures, what tools do you have set in place to make me successful? If a roofing company cannot answer that with clear-cut processes, be careful. That's what I would say.